attempt to pronounce it, but there it is on your screen. I'm doing a 20-mile trail race. I bet I use this shoe. Here we go. Ultra Lone Peak 5. Out of all the, so Ultra fans, zero drop fans, time to get loud down in the comments. If you're an Ultra fan, like, what is your, this is not the question of the day, but what is your favorite Ultra trail shoe? Okay, this is a neutral trail shoe. We'll dive into it in a minute, but I gotta say, the Lone Peak lineup is slowly working into my running shoe rotation. So this is the Lone Peak 5. Very excited to be testing it out, and to frankly just be back in the studio. I took a little bit of a break leading into the Toledo half marathon, but now we're into catch-up mode. I'm a little behind actually with running shoe reviews, and so now, actually, what was it, a couple days ago, I think we published, was it the Gel Cumulus 23 from Ace? Anyway, we're in catch-up mode is the bottom line, kicking it off today with the Ultra Lone Peak 5. Let's do that twist test. It is a loosey-goosey, everybody. There we go. Twist test, neutral trail running shoe. We're looking at 25 in the heel, 25 in the forefoot for that zero drop through that midsole. Women's size 8, men's size 9 on your screen. Let's put it on the scale. It's a trail shoe, so usually trail shoes, they're definitely heavier than road shoes. Yes, 9.6, 9.7 ounces in my size is what I'm getting. That is anything, just so you know, a little mental note. Any trail shoe that's under 10 ounces, this is good reference for future reviews that you watch. Any trail shoe under 10 ounces is awesome in my size, all right? So there you go. That's why it's getting an 8 out of 10 for the score. Moving on to the upper, we're looking at laser cut drain holes. I like now I didn't test this shoe much in really muddy conditions, or wet conditions, but I could foresee these drain holes working well through the upper. So good work there, these laser cut drainage holes. Foot, of course, Altra is known for their foot shape toe box, actually the whole shoe, but especially that toe box. Very loosey-goosey. Went true to size, but I gotta say, I'll probably mention this later again, but I would go a half size down personally for me. And that's what Ultra's known for. They want your toes, just so you know, they want your toes to splay, all right? S-P-L-A-Y, spread out inside, so that you're not scrunched up. For me, personally, I don't mind a little bit of my toes being kind of snug. In fact, in racing shoes, especially on the roads, actually on the trails as well, but especially I like a nice snug fit. So that's why I usually don't opt for Ultra shoes for racing. But just know it's that classic toe box shape through that upper. But there is my lockdown score. I just felt a little loosey-goosey there. It is wow. That's so fascinating. It is a fully gusseted tongue. I'm a little surprised by that. And a very loosey-goosey. It's just like flex, flex, flex through that heel counter. So if you like a little more rigidity through a heel counter, this is not the shoe for you. Also, of course, a gator trap in case you're wearing some gators out there in the adventures of the mountain trail running this summer, which we all are so excited for. Overall score for the upper, 6.5 out of 10. I wanted to go 7 or 7.5, but it's a little too sloppy, might be the right word for me. Just a little, it's just got no uniformity to that up, which some people really like. But for me, I like a little more strength. It's it's kind of like a Skechers, actually. It's crazy to put it in that same category, but it's just kind of very loosey-goosey. Midsole, we're looking at that full Ultra Ego midsole, same as in the Escalante. So overall ride and energy return, 6 out of 10. All right, not horrible, but definitely not even average, okay? 6 out of 10, it's just kind of a standard ride for me, and just slightly below standard for the ride through that Ultra Ego midsole material. Overall midsole score 7.5 out of 10. I will say this much about the midsole. Even though it's not feeling incredibly responsive, it is soft. Not crazy soft. Not like a Hoka, some Hoka shoes. Not like, the Invincible on the roads from Nike. But it's just got a nice, it absorbs your foot strike well. But it's not, I'm not feeling underfoot through the gait cycle a lot. Did I mention this is the 50-mile forward? I think I mentioned that. So I've taken this through the paces. So I really feel like I understand the midsole. It's not giving back a ton of energy for me. Onto that outsole, we're looking at Max Track rubber, a softer rubber, which I agree with. I don't like, and I think they nailed it. 8 out of 10 for that outsole. Not an overly aggressive outsole. I think you could pull off, commuting to the trails if you needed to. Wouldn't be my first choice for a commuter shoe to the trails, but I like when the rubber on the outsole is not incredibly rigid or hard. So good work, Altra, on the outsole. For the fit, went true to size, and again, I wish I would have gone a half size down. And that comfort score, 8 out of 10. So even though it's feeling loosey-goosey, feeling, and not feeling really responsive, I love, in fact, I don't know. I think I'll be using the shoe maybe even more past 50 miles as my mileage increases leading into my next race in Austria, okay? It's a trail race, a 20-mile trail race. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, but there it is on your screen. I'm doing a 20-mile trail race. I bet I use this shoe for easy days on the trails just to so I like Altra for zero drop to stretch out the soleus, stretch out the calf muscle on easy days. That's why I wear Altra shoes, all right? Just so that's what happens when you're in a zero drop shoe. And on to that durability prediction. We're gonna go 400 miles, okay? Nothing crazy, 400 miles for my durability prediction. How will I use the shoe? Easy days on the trails, all right? Who is it best for? Of course, those zero drop minimalist fans who are making their voices heard down below in the comments. Price point, $130. I like it. I think that's solid. 8 out of 10 for the price point. I think Altra, any more, and I would drop that score down to probably 6.5 or 7. Other shoes to buy. It's always hard to do other shoes to buy for Altra because it's such a niche shoe, all right? Because it's zero drop. So I usually, for other shoes to buy, when I'm talking about Altra shoes in the studio, are just other Altra shoes. So there they are on your screen, the Timp 3, the Olympus, and just so you know, the Timp 3 50-mile full review will be publishing soon, okay? Probably in the next week or two, all right? Altra Timp 3, Ultra Olympus for that maximalist ride, and then the Ultra Superior, which is the lower stack height for Altra. Shoe quick specs on your screen for the Ultra Lone Peak 5. I just love that name. Good job, Altra, for the name. I just love that name, Lone Peak. It's so good. Lone Peak 5 on your screen. There you go. Full review score, 7.15 out of 10. It's perfect. Like, it made it in the 7s. It's not a high 7 score, unfortunately, but it's in the 7. So it's would I buy it again? I would. Would it be, for an easy day on the trails? I absolutely would pick this guy up again. And that comment of the day goes out to Daz H. Actually, this is a little bit of an old comment, but I love it. Talking about shoes, talking from last, I believe it was about 5 days ago, okay? But it's great. I think it's an interesting idea. Actually, this came up as well with, it's Ian, the running otaku, who has his own YouTube channel. I'll try to remember to link to it upper right-hand corner. But Daz H, you get the comment of the day. He or she said, "Hey Seth, after watching the latest vlog, got me thinking, I would love to see you do a run in a pair of retro running shoes, like the Ryan Hall shoes from the vlog. It would be very interesting experiment to see, say, 10K, do some 10Ks in some retro Asics or Reeboks, then 10K in Nike Vaporfly 2s. Say, what's your thoughts?" Daz H from Cumbria, UK. Hopefully I'm saying Cumbria right. I love this idea. And Ian, who has the YouTube channel, thought, maybe there could be a segment where I do get some shoes. You know what I would love? I don't even remember, sadly, the name of the shoes I trained in you know what, it might have been some structures, but the Nikes I trained in college because the University of Colorado was sponsored by Nike. So I think it's, but now it's like research, okay, how do I find these old shoes? Whether it's new, it doesn't matter. Like shoes from 2005, 2010. And then if we could get some shoes from the 90s, whoa. From the, that would be geeking out now, so that would be amazing. There you go. Question of the day. Who plans to buy an Altra? I'll go, you know what, we're going to say Altra shoe in general in 2021. Which shoe and why? And if you're not a Zero Drop fan, maybe you could learn a little bit about Altra shoes down below. In the comments, DGR Strong. All right, let's do it. Down in the comments. There we go. DGR Strong. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Onward and upward. We'll toss it to the Altra running shoe playlist. Okay, all the Altra shoes are on this playlist right here, right here, right here. Which I think it's going to grow quite a bit in as 2021 progresses. All right, everyone. Zeke Beauty. Work hard and love each other. See you tomorrow.